Hello. I have a bunch of updates to share. So, first of all, I am going back to teaching. I worked as a Montessori teacher for 8 years and quit in 2020. I finished the school year off in 2020, which was kind of a crazy time. If you all remember, it was something I had been planning to do before I even knew a pandemic was imminent, and so stuck to my guns and did it. And I'm so grateful that I did. It has been one of the best things I have done with my life. I have gotten an opportunity to focus on creating, developing my art shop, even putting work into my YouTube channel, which admittedly has kind of fallen by the wayside just a little bit. Work as a home renovator, handy woman sort of thing, which is physically tiring, but at the end of the day, I still have a lot of creative energy to be able to do things. And as a teacher, not so much. I definitely felt energetically drained, and all of my creative juices were really frustrated because I'd get home after a long day at work and not have the energy to do anything. So anyways, since leaving, they have been asking me to come back, and I have been like, no, I'm really enjoying what I'm doing right now. Well, this past week I substituted for a full week, and the director reached out and said, we want you back. We will take you in any capacity. You just tell us what you want, what days you want to work, how many hours you want to work, and we will accommodate you because we just want you back at the school. I'm going to be working 3 days a week, and I think it will be absolutely perfect, a perfect solution, because quite frankly, I really enjoy teaching and I love the kids so much, and I think it will be just a really beautiful balance. Second of all, I wanted to quickly update on this Midori goat leather cover. So I posted a video about it a while ago, and at the time the pen loop had just broken, and someone suggested that I use a Leuchtturm pen loop because I have them lying around, and making a little insert card, and so that is what I did, and it's the perfect solution. I can forego the pen loop entirely, which I love. I didn't have to cut or modify the actual leather in any way. It just ripped naturally, and now it's just tucked in there. And when I want a pen loop, I can tuck this in. I also prefer this elastic pen loop because it feels a lot more secure and stable, and my pencil is held on very tightly and doesn't wiggle around a whole lot, which the leather definitely was not as secure. Basically, journaling has reached a really beautiful rhythm for me lately. I am using the Midori B6 Slim grid paper. I have this Rotring mechanical pencil. It just all feels really good. I feel so at peace with it all that I have just simply been journaling, and that's it. I don't feel the need to try new things, to try out new pens and try out new inks and try out new journals and try out new covers. And so all of that energy that would have been allocated to figuring out all the journaling accessories is now being poured into other things, which just is wonderful. So basically, I'm not collecting journals, I'm not collecting pens, I'm not collecting inks right now. I'm just simply using this particular system. I do have a collection of Midori notebooks, I will say that. They are empty and new and sitting on my bookshelf for when I finish my journals. It's kind of like my little stash, because I do still have that fear of running out. So that is there, and that remains. But anyways, I'm just really happy with simply journaling. What a good feeling. The drawback to that, though, I will say, is that I don't have really any journaling things to share on my YouTube channel because I'm not trying out new pens, I'm not trying out new journals, I'm not trying out new inks, I don't have new covers. I'm just using this simple one and only sort of thing, and so it's like, well, that was a huge part of my YouTube channel. What on earth do I talk about now? Well, I could talk about knitting because right now that is where all of that journaling energy has been allocated to, and I have been knitting up a storm. I knit up a hat, I knit up this vest, and I knit up a pair of socks, and I'm so excited about them. I love them. It's a journey. It's a really good journey for me because when I made the first sock, I was just so excited to have made a sock. Then I finished the second sock, and I put them on and was like, you know, I am really disappointed. These aren't as good as I wanted them to be. They're maybe a little bit too small, or maybe I wish I had done this a little bit differently. And so it was like in my head thinking, I don't know if I'll ever wear these socks. But I got over it, and now I'm wearing them and I'm embracing them, and I just absolutely am so happy with them. It's kind of the same journey as, well, with everything that I've knit. Like this vest, when I first finished it, I was like, nope, I'm not touching that. I don't want to look at it. I hate it. It's awful. And then after like letting go of these expectations, I put it on, and now it's become like a favorite part of my wardrobe. Same thing happened with this hat I just knit. I was really proud of the progress that I was making with this hat, and then I got to the very end when I had to shift to double pointed needles, which always gets a little funky for me, and the whole ribbing got shifted, and so instead of like one fluid line to the end, it's now this like little funny spot, and I was like, I can't wear this hat. I don't like it. I'm so frustrated and disappointed that at the very end I mess up. Like, why couldn't it have been in the beginning? Because then I would have just pulled it out and started over again. But it's kind of grown on me, and Brian keeps saying like, oh, it looks really beautiful because you have like created this interesting star design unintentionally. So whatever, I don't have to see it. It's in the back of my head. This hat is super warm and super comfortable, which brings me to the next thing. Pattern came out of this, the socks came out of this, and the current project that I have, which we'll get to, came out of this. I'm so happy to have a book that I can knit through. Like, having an actual copy of all these patterns in my hands rather than looking online is really nice. I definitely prefer it that way. And these knitting books can be a bit expensive, so it's so great that I have found so many knits to do in this book that I feel like I'm really getting my money's worth. This is the sock pattern. I actually have intentions of making Brian a pair of socks. This is the hat, which is, you're knitting with 2 yarns at once, and so it just makes this really plush, dense, squishy hat. And this is alpaca fur, and it's just so soft and warm, and I like the heft. And now I feel like I'm moving really quickly. I just felt like there were so many things that I wanted to talk about in this video that I feel a bit like I just want to get it all out as quickly as possible, so I apologize. I am now working on my very first cardigan, which is really exciting. So when I bought this yarn, my intention actually was to knit a sweater, and I had a pattern all picked out, and then I chickened out. I looked at the pattern and was like, holy cow, I can't look at that. That looks really hard and really challenging. So I found an alternative, which is basically this vest that's super simple, and I think, you know, the timing. It's like the timing is everything. And then after finishing this, I actually worked on my socks. So now I feel ready to knit something with sleeves, and that's really exciting. So this is my current project, which is the cardigan, and I didn't know what I was getting into. Like with the socks, I could find so many YouTube tutorials, really helpful YouTube tutorials that basically were demonstrating, teaching how to make basically the same sock that the book pattern is. Whereas with this, I feel like it's a little more specialized, and I was worried that I wouldn't be able to figure it out on my own and I wouldn't have access to wonderful YouTube videos. But in the end, I still was able to use YouTube as a resource because there was a lot of new stitches. I learned 4 new stitches for this. YouTube can be a really wonderful source. So basically, I am just knitting the body, trying to and it's gonna be messy, and you know what? I'm learning to embrace that, and that's a very good lesson for me to learn, I think. So here we have it. It doesn't look like a whole lot at the moment, but I promise you it will be a cardigan. And these are the sleeve holes. This will be the front. This is the back. I'm knitting down. Hi, Fig. And then the part that I think I'm the most concerned about is all along the what do you call it? I guess where the buttons are is a separate knit, and so I will somehow have to like tap into these knits and add to it, and I don't know how that's gonna go, and hopefully I can find some YouTube information. This is it also with alpaca fur, and it's just really super soft. Oh, I can't wait to wear this. And hopefully it will still be cool enough by the time I finish to be able to wear it for a couple more days before summer comes. I don't know. I'm super excited and proud, honestly, to have been able to figure out these things on my own. It's really been quite rewarding and a great opportunity for me to grow as a human being, I think. So go figure. Knitting. Who would have thought? So anyways, that's everything I think I wanted to talk about. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in another video. Bye.